RESA TV presents in 3, 2, 1, Dateline Schools with your host, Terry Harrington.
April is National Autism Awareness Month, so this week on Dateline Schools, we're learning about autism and its impact here in St. Clair County. And joining me today, my special guest is RESA Intervention Specialist, Rose Dore. And Rose, what are our local schools doing to help support these kids that have been diagnosed with autism and also support their families?
Well, I think that one of the things that they do, and they do really well, is try to implement universal strategies in the classroom. They make sure those kids have schedules and that they use first and then with them, and to make clear what their expectations are for those students in the classrooms.
Are most of the kids diagnosed with autism that are in our school system, are most of them able to be mainstream in the regular classrooms, or is there a lot of specialization for these kids?
Well, I think that it's a mix of both, because I think that some of the students have, typical developing IQs or above, and they do well in the classroom. There's some who may be cognitively impaired, so they may need additional support to be able to be into those classrooms. But I think that we try to keep the students in the classroom, because the research shows that students with autism who are with general education students learn some of those social skills that they lack.
Mm-hmm. And those general education students, they're pretty receptive and pretty warm and welcoming to these kids with autism?
I think that so far that they have, that I think that when we welcome them in and we treat them just like any other student, then the other students do too.
What is your role in helping the educators work with these kids in our county?
Well, we provide support by going out and helping them with the universal strategies. We help with them, supporting them as they do behavior support plans and functional behavioral assessments. If they have students who need greater needs, then behaviorally we'll help them with some behavioral interventions, trying to help the student kind of identify what the student needs, what the student is communicating with his behavior, so that we can give him a way of telling us it in a different way.
You find those behaviors are more out of frustration for the child because they can't do what they want to do?
I think that sometimes that is so true, that they really need a way to communicate, especially for those who don't have language skills, and we have to find a way to help them communicate their needs to us, or at least communicate what they want, what they're doing, and to help us understand what they're able to learn.
We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.